morning, students. Today we are going to start with the thermodynamic principle in metallurgy. Thermodynamic principle topic. Today's topic is thermodynamic principle in metallurgy. This is the topic. Thermodynamics. Thermo means heat, dynamic means motion. So when a atom on a particle in motion releases energy, that energy is thermal energy. That is the meaning of thermodynamics. Now I am going to write delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. This is called Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy equation. This is called a Gibbs free energy equation. This is used to find whether a chemical reaction is taking place or not. If a chemical reaction is taking place means how much free energy used for work. I told you already told delta G is a measure of thermodynamic force which makes the work, which makes the reaction to occur. Okay, that's the delta G. Delta G is equal to change in free energy. Change in free energy. Delta H is equal to change in enthalpy. Change in enthalpy. T is equal to temperature. Delta S is equal to change in entropy. Change in entropy. Entropy, the meaning is degree of disorder. Degree of disorderness. Entropy. Enthalpy means, the meaning of enthalpy is heat content. Heat content. This is the meaning of enthalpy and this is the meaning of entropy, and all together to form the Gibbs free energy equation. Delta G is equal to delta H, which means delta G is negative, delta H also negative. Then reaction feasible, that is, the meaning is spontaneous. Spontaneous, conditions for spontaneous. This is the condition for spontaneous. The conditions we learned in thermodynamics, last page of the thermodynamics lesson, we have learned delta G is equal to delta G, delta S we have drawn, positive, negative, zero. Three things are given in the textbook last year. Delta G is negative, delta S is positive, spontaneous. Delta G is positive, delta S is negative, non-spontaneous reaction condition, non-spontaneous. Wait, I will draw the table a little bigger. We have learned this table in 11th standard. Delta G, delta S conditions. Reaction condition, right? 1, 2, 3. If delta G is negative, delta S is positive, spontaneous. We learned in the 11th standard. Delta G is positive, delta S is negative, because delta G and delta S are opposite signs. Non-spontaneous. Delta G is equal to 0. 0 is equilibrium. The reaction in equilibrium. These are the conditions we learned in 11th standard. Delta G is positive, non-spontaneous. Delta G is negative, spontaneous. So this is the important condition given in the 11th standard. So this is called Gibbs free energy change, which is responsible for the metallurgical reaction takes place, because here transfer of heat taking place. Metal oxide get reduced to metal with using a suitable reducing agent like carbon monoxide, etc. They are very good reducing agent for reducing the metal oxides. Now I am going to erase this. If delta G positive negative conditions given how what is the type of reaction is given for reducing the metal oxide into metal, that is a thermodynamic spontaneous process. Delta G is negative. Reaction feasible. Reaction is converting into product, that is metal oxide reduced to metal with the help of suitable reducing agent. So that type of reactions are feasible. That was told by the Gibbs free energy change. This is related to second law of thermodynamics. Second law tells about the how reaction is feasible or not, our reaction is possible or not. What are the conditions reaction required for the reaction possible, that are given in the second law of thermodynamics. Next one is, if the reactant and product are at equilibrium condition, delta G is equal to minus RT log K. This is also one more Gibbs energy equation, right? If delta G is equal to negative, then K is equal to positive. The reaction proceeds in forward direction. This is also given in 11th standard. The reaction proceeds in forward direction. Because delta G is opposite of K, so reactant K to the product. This K is nothing but equilibrium constant. K is equilibrium constant. R is equal to gas constant, which is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Joules per Kelvin, joule per Kelvin. This is the gas constant, and the value is the universal gas constant. T is equal to temperature. One more condition for spontaneous process, the T delta S is greater than delta H. This is also condition for spontaneous reaction. Dear student, this is the conditions of delta G is negative. The T delta S temperature is sufficient temperature sufficiently greater than delta H. This is also conditions for spontaneous reaction. Now I am going to one is important thing is if suppose two reactions if suppose two reactions are coupled, like A plus B giving product, C plus D giving product, I want to couple reaction 1 and 2. Couple reaction 1 and 2. A, B, C, D. So coupling merging. The overall delta G value is equal to negative. Sum of the first reaction and second reaction. The overall delta G value reaction. Then the reaction is feasible. Reaction is spontaneous, feasible. Reaction is feasible. This is the condition. This is very much useful. In the metallurgical process. Metal oxide get converted into metal by using suitable reducing agent. For example, MXO get reduced to give X moles of M and half moles of oxygen. This is reduction. During the reduction, metal oxide get decomposed and the oxygen get liberated off is taken off by the reducing agent. Normally, carbon and carbon monoxide are used as suitable reducing agent of the reaction. Now I am going to draw the reactions. Okay. Let us see the reaction. Metal oxide get reduced to metal X moles of metal and half moles of oxygen molecule. This is a first equation. Carbon react with half moles of oxygen to form carbon monoxide. Second equation. Carbon monoxide react with half moles of oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Third equation. Okay, half moles of carbon plus half moles of oxygen gives half moles of carbon dioxide. This is the fourth equation. Next, reaction 5. Reaction 5 is the reaction. I am going to write MXO plus carbon gives X moles of M plus carbon monoxide. Equation 5. Equal. Then MXO react with carbon monoxide, it will use X moles of metal and carbon dioxide. Equation 6. MXO plus half moles of carbon gives X moles of metal and half carbon dioxide. This is equation 7. These are 7 important equations taking place during the reduction of the metal oxide to metal. Now I am just telling reaction 5 is the sum of equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 and 2. And reaction 6 is the sum of equation 1 and 3. Reaction 7 is the sum of equation 1 and 4. Right? So we have to submit this equation and this equation to get this equation. Right? MXO plus C. And next this equation MXO plus CO, MXO plus CO. And third MXO plus half C. Correct? So you get the sum of all these things. Now I am going to tell coupling reaction. Coupling of 1 and 2 gives the 1 and 2 give the overall delta G is negative, means reaction feasible, reaction possible condition. So if the reaction temperature also play a very important role. Temperature increases, delta G is negative means temperature is positive. Temperature is very high at the delta G negative because energy is released during the work process. Work is going on, energy is releasing. Okay. Next one is that time heat will be large amount of heat will be taking place. So temperature is positive, delta G is negative. This is the condition for spontaneity of the reaction. Okay. Now I am going to draw the Elingram diagram to explain the equation. This is the Elingram diagram for various metal oxide converted into metal using suitable reducing agents like carbon and carbon monoxide. Now I am you see at the top of the table the metal oxide easily reduced to metal because they are highly unstable. Metal oxide in the top will be highly unstable because more amount of heat will be absorbed. Therefore, they easily reduce their oxide. No copper oxide, iron oxide, less reactive metals. While seeing in the bottom, the metal oxide, metal is more reactive. Aluminium, magnesium are more reactive metal. More reactive metals. More reactive metal easily react with oxygen. Al2O3. This Al2O3. This is highly stable. So to remove the oxygen from the metal, we can give more amount of heat. So the At the top, less amount of heat is enough for removing the oxygen, and at the bottom, more amount of heat is required for removing the oxygen to metal. This point is called. A is the intersection between magnesium oxide and aluminum oxide. Magnesium is more reactive than aluminum, so magnesium reduces aluminum below 1275 Kelvin. Magnesium reactor with Al2O3 gives MgO plus Al2, 3 by 2, like that it will come 2 Mg plus O2, MgO plus 2L Al. So it can easily reduce, the magnesium easily reduces Mg plus O2, 2 Mg plus O2. Oxygen from the aluminum side, it reduces, magnesium reduces the oxygen from the aluminum part, and it will form magnesium oxide, aluminum get reduced. This is the condition. Below 1275 Kelvin, at this stage, magnesium can reduce aluminum. After 1275 Kelvin, magnesium not able to reduce the aluminum. This is very important condition. This point of intersection is the meeting point where delta G is equal to 0. In this condition, the intersection between the A and B, because the two reactions are coupled, in this reaction reduction taking place, delta G is equal to 0, equilibrium state. Next one is carbon monoxide. Carbon crossing many, while coming from top to bottom, carbon cuts many metals. So carbon cutting many metals. So it is a carbon and carbon monoxide are very good reducing agents. Because of they cutting many metal oxides, reducing agents. At lower temperature, carbon monoxide reduces hematite ore, but at higher temperature carbon reduces iron ore. So these are the terms. What are the things I am telling? At the top of the level, see, iron oxide is here, no? And higher iron oxide can be reduced at a low temperature. Here first point itself I recall the top of the diagram, the metal oxides are unstable, highly reactive. At the bottom of the table diagram, the metals are highly reactive, so they react oxygen to form metal oxide, strong bond between them, more amount of heat required to reduce them. That's the second point. Third point, the intersection between the magnesium oxide and aluminum oxide point is A. A is at 1275 Kelvin, magnesium reduces alumina. After 1275, magnesium will not reduces alumina. Then seeing at the top of the table, carbon value reduces and the carbon slope reaches many metal oxides. So carbon is a very good reducing agent, and carbon monoxide also a very good reducing agent. At low temperature, carbon monoxide reduces iron oxide. See, iron oxide reduces here at low temperature in presence of carbon monoxide here. That we have to see this in the metallurgy of iron, hematite ore, by smelting process. That we have to see detailed version. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.